Hey, Ben Kaiser here, talking about data analytics today, and you want to know what the top 4 best computers are to become a data analyst or a data scientist. So check it out right now. So today we're talking about data analytics gear, and you're looking to know what computer you need to buy to become a data analyst. With all the talk in data analytics, it's no wonder you're trying to find the right computer, because there's a lot of different softwares and there's a lot of different specifications that you need to make sure you have a computer powerful enough to run your data analytics jobs. If you're new to the data analytics industry, I recommend checking out our video on the data analytics job description, the top 4 skills that a data analyst needs. And I'll hook that up in the cards above. Just click on that and head over there after you're finished watching this video to make sure you know what a data analyst actually does and if it's right for you. Also, if you're struggling to understand all the different jargon, phrases, and terms surrounding data analytics, we have a full series called Data Jargon, and I'll attach that in the cards as well. Before we jump into the computer recommendations, let's talk about the actual computers and what you're going to be looking for when you buy a computer for data analytics. We're going to start with the RAM. You want to have at least 16 gigabytes of RAM when you're using a computer for data analytics, because you're going to be running multiple programs and softwares while working on your data, while pulling data, extracting data, scrubbing data, analyzing data, and presenting data. I personally recommend getting 32 gigs of RAM, because the way technology evolves, by the time you own a computer for a year or two, you're already partially behind. So if you buy a computer with 16 or even 8 gigs of RAM, you're going to be way behind. So I would get 32. You're guaranteed to have that computer last you for at least 5 years with good standing. Next, we're going to talk about the processor. You want to have the latest processor so you can maximize your speeds. Right now, the i7 is still the top dog that you want to make sure you have in your computer when you're going to be a data analyst. The reason being is you want to be able to process all the data you're working on. You want to be able to work through the software that you have. And honestly, that's the best bet right now. Next, we're looking at the hard drive. How much storage do you really need to work on data? Well, if you're dealing with very large data sets, that can be a ton of information. That can take up a ton of space on your computer. So I would definitely recommend at least 512 gig hard drive, specifically solid state. And the reason you want solid state is because it's going to have faster load times. You're not going to have any moving parts, so it's going to last longer and be far more reliable. Now, if you don't want to hold all the data on your computer when you're processing, you can get an external drive. All this hardware and all these products that I'm talking about will be listed in the description below. So you can go down there, click through some of those links, and know exactly what you're going to be getting into for the data analytics industry and the gear you need for a laptop. And as always, that does support this channel at no extra cost to you. So that is a huge help to me here on this channel. Last, we're going to talk about the graphics processing unit, the GPU. This only really matters if you're going to be looking into machine learning, if you're going to be becoming a data scientist. To become a data scientist, you're going to need to study a great deal more than just the basics of data analytics. If you're curious about the difference between a data scientist and a data analyst, check out the video linked above or down in the description below, and that'll explain the differences. But GPU is really only something you need to be concerned with if you're going to be a data scientist. And if that's the case, I would recommend at least an NVIDIA 960. All right, now to the big show. We're going to check out the top 4 laptops for data analysts. Number 1 is the Dell XPS 15. This is a great computer to get you going in data analytics. This model specifically that's linked up in the description below has 32 gigs of RAM, a terabyte solid state hard drive, an i7 core processor, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 graphics processing unit. So this computer is maxed out. I mean, this has everything you need. So honestly, that's going to be my top recommendation to you. Number 2, the Razer Blade Stealth. This is a good computer, but not for the data scientist and not the top dog. But this is definitely a good computer for data analytics. It has 512 gigs of storage, i7 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, but it has the Intel HD Graphics 620 GPU. Now the concern with that, and why it's not recommended for data scientists, is because you want to have at least that 960 NVIDIA graphics processor. Number 3, and I know you're getting concerned, you're wondering, all right, where are the MacBook Pros? I'm an Apple guy, or I'm a Mac guy, and I need to see my MacBook Pro. Well, here it is. The MacBook Pro 15-inch. This is a great computer, but I have one main concern with this computer, and that's you cannot swap out the RAM. It is soldered to the motherboard. That is a concern because if you ever want to upgrade this computer, you can't. This is a great computer. If you're an Apple person, this would be the computer to go for. But my concern is the RAM, that you cannot upgrade it. That's the problem with the new Macs. Though they are slim, though they are sleek, though they are a very well-built unit, there's not a lot of customization, which is where the Windows products and the PC products end up getting the cutting edge, in my book, on a better computer overall. Now, this MacBook Pro does come with an i7 core processor. It comes with 16 gigs of RAM, a 512 gig hard drive, and the Radeon Pro 560, which is the GPU, which it's a solid, well-built computer, but like I said, not customizable. Our top computer, number 4, is going to be the MSI GS63 VR Stealth Pro. This computer is decked out. That is all I have to say. It's quite incredible. So it has a i7 processor, the NVIDIA GTX 1070 graphics card. It has the NVIDIA GTX 1070 GPU. It has 32 gigs of RAM, and it has a hybrid hard drive, a 512 SSD with a 1 terabyte 5400 RPM non-solid state in there. Now, the reason they do the hybrid hard drive is because this computer is so maxed out in the other areas. That's the way they've been able to make it more affordable. So still an absolutely fantastic machine, though not completely solid state. It's going to be a good bet for you for the data analytics computers. Well, there you have it, the top 4 best computers for a data analyst. Please hit the like button. Comment below if you think there's another computer that you think would be even better for data analytics that I'm just not aware of. And hit the subscribe button. We're constantly putting out new videos 6 days per week, so you don't want to miss out on any of these tech reviews or different data analytics videos that we have here on this channel. I'm Benji Kaiser. This was an episode of JobsInTheFuture.com, and thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll see you here on the next episode.